are checking in from the suite. So they asked us if we wanted a suite or a regular room. We said regular room.
Yeah, because they said the suite they charge, so we said regular room. But fortunately, they didn't have any rooms left, so we got the suite for free.
Yeah, it's nothing fancy, but we have like a little table. I can fall asleep here. We're gonna stay here for a day or 36 hours depending. Coffee, yes. And yeah, now bad news. Apparently, little baby V, because we still don't have her name. It seems like her collarbone may be broken. Fracture.
Yeah.
And so they're gonna do an X-ray on that. They say she doesn't have jaundice, right?
No, not yet.
She does have a birthmark right in her chest, and apparently that's not gonna go away.
Did you see it?
I didn't see anything. It just looked like veins.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it doesn't look.
Huh.
It's not too pronounced. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you want to add, Mom?
Oh, she has a heart murmur.
Oh, she has a little heart murmur.
But
yeah,
Victoria
just like Victoria.
had that too.
But they say they close on their own. Like, it's not that. Wow. Karen, it's time for you to sleep.
I'm so sleepy.
I'm really hungry. I'm gonna eat something and then I'm gonna start editing the delivery video. This is probably gonna go on the 24-hour. Yeah. Baby's first diaper change. Little baby. She's crying because she was hungry, or she's hungry. I don't know.
No, it's because they did the X-ray. They just did the
X-ray
on her.
Yep.
To see if she actually does have a fractured collarbone, which I really hope not.
Yeah, I had to step out, so I couldn't record because of the radiation, and then Courtney was wearing a...
Yeah, but that worries me, like, to know that she got an X-ray and it's that much radiation that you have to get out.
Well, it's unnecessary to be exposed to radiation.
Yeah.
If you don't have to.
Okay.
She had to. I don't think it's lethal.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I hope I didn't record your diaper on the 2 times that I moved around.
Well, you better
I'll
when
censor
you
it.
edit it. Yes. Because if you've had a baby, you know you have to wear a diaper after.
A big-ass diaper.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I feel so good. Like I was telling Enrique how having a normal delivery versus C-section so much easier. I can actually walk with my C-section. I was not able to walk on my own for like a month. So,
that's crazy.
I know. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
¿Tú qué?
No, it is something.
¿A ti quién te habla? ¿A ti quién te habla?
Courtney's mom sent us pictures of Victoria. She was saying, baby. Where's the baby?
Oh yeah, Victoria was saying, where's the baby? Where's the baby?
So cute.
What's the baby? What's the baby?
It's sorry that it's not that eventful. They're not really letting us record. They say you can take pictures, which we have, but we have to sneak in some videos. I have this tiny ass little camera, but the quality is awful. But we're keeping you updated with it, and baby's healthy so far. We just hope her collarbone is okay. That's the only concern. Which is fine. I really want to take a nap. I'm tired. I slept 3 hours last night, or less.
Same.
Really don't nap.
I napped for like an hour, maybe, tops.
They just brought dinner, well, like 5-10 minutes ago, because we're murdering it.
I know, I was so hungry. For actual food.
Baby slept in my arms for like 2 hours. She was really cute. But as soon as you put it in her own thing, she starts crying.
Oh yeah, she's gonna be, what's the word? She just likes being in your arms.
And we also got confirmation from the doctor that indeed her collarbone is broken. It's fractured.
Fractured.
So,
yeah.
say it's not a big deal. We just have to make sure she doesn't move her arm a lot. And since she's a little baby, she's supposed to be fine.
Yeah.
Real quick. That's probably the last update. Other than that, I mean, we're not. What else? What do we have to do related to pregnancy, Courtney?
Nothing right now. Just breastfeed every 3 hours. I'm currently trying. She kind of latches on, but she has a little bit of trouble.
You gotta eat some more. Yum, 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 yum.
So I'm gonna eat, and I'm gonna try feeding her again.
I miss Victoria.
I do too, so much.
Little baby V, name to be disclosed.
We still
Just
don't know.
got a shower. Just got a
Whoa,
bath.
her first
Sorry,
ever bath. She has
Oy,
so
qué
much
hermosa.
hair.
She already has more hair than Victoria.
Victoria was a bald baby, so this is so
She
shocking
still is,
for us.
kinda.
Yeah.
Look at that! Look at that thick head.
I know.
Oh, the
I'm
hair.
actually gonna be able to do ponytails on her.
Moño.
Yeah, moños.
She's not gonna like the moños. Her nose. She's so cute. Miss me with that hateful shit. It's time to breastfeed.
It is one of the hardest parts of having a baby is breastfeeding when they're this little, because
Why is that?
I don't know if it's just my babies, but Victoria also had issues latching, so it's been a struggle. It's actually very frustrating. I don't lose patience, of course, but it's very time consuming for them to get a good latch, and sometimes you don't get a good latch, so you just have to like squeeze your boob and get all the colostrum, which
It's
is like
called
milk.
hand
If
expressions.
you guys don't know, it's like milk, but it's not really milk yet. It's
like
supposed
very
to be-
concentrated milk.
It's very concentrated milk. It's supposed to be the healthiest ever. They
It's
only
like
need,
honey.
Yeah, they only need like few drops of it. You just have to like squeeze your boob and put it in her mouth.
I think that's the hardest part, because I've helped her too. And,
Yeah.
it's like you have to grab the boob, like squeeze it and just like shove
Yeah.
it in the baby's mouth. And babies don't know any better. They just like start sucking, whether they have just
Yeah.
just like the nipple tip or the whole thing. It doesn't matter. All right, let's get going.
Okay.
Okay, Miss Martinez, we're gonna start by doing some hand expressions, and then we're gonna proceed to show the baby how to actually latch the nipples. Okay? Don't be sure. Let me know if my hands are cold. Ooh, they are. You're packing. You're packing, Miss Martinez. Does that feel about right? It may hurt a little bit at first. Okay, I'll stop playing.
Yeah. It's 2 a.m. She will not go to sleep unless someone's holding her. I can't walk that fast, so Enrique's in charge of cradling her around. We are both so exhausted. So exhausted. It's been taking her forever to eat. But that's the reality. No sleep anymore. Okay, it's the next day. Breastfeeding has been very challenging. We did not sleep hardly anything last night. We slept like maybe 2 to 3 hours. She kept crying. She was obviously hungry. I do get some colostrum out, but I just feel like it's not enough. So we opted for formula. I'm still gonna breastfeed. I'm still gonna try and breastfeed her, but I also don't want her to like starve, you know. So
Can you hold this, please?
So what I've been doing is I try and breastfeed her for like an hour. Then when we're done, we give her formula. That's what we did with Victoria.
So cute.
So I think in like
Milk.
a week, once my milk comes in, then we won't need the formula anymore. It's lunchtime and they brought, let's see what it is. Ooh, very fancy. The food has actually been really yummy. It's very plain. It's very plain, but scrumdiddlyumptious. Delicious green beans. While Daddy burps, baby. Enrique is such a good help. I haven't had to change one diaper. He's changed them
a lot.
He's changed them all. He's a good dad.
With Victoria, I got the practice because Gurney was bedridden.
Bedridden, yeah, I could not even get up. Like right now I can get up even though it's kind of painful, but
I wasn't the one who had to push a baby out of my. So it's the silliest thing I can do. She's so cute. Look at her.
She's tiny, you guys. Look at her. Oh my god.
She looks even tinier without her big swaddle.
I know. She looks more like me.
Victoria looks like me. This one looks like you.
Yeah.
Big hair. Victoria's gonna be
This
so
girl
jealous.
actually has hair.
They say that kids are like pancakes. The first one always comes out like ugly, and the second one is a good one. I'm a second child,
Oh, yeah,
but
so
I
that-
love both my
that
kids,
happens.
so I don't know if that holds true. She got the hair,
Yeah, and eyebrows.
and she was bigger, and she actually came out from the puss.
Puss. Who calls her puss? So the hospital gives you all these lovely things. I'll show you guys. So you get some sexy granny panties. They're disposable, so you can throw these away because right after you give birth, you do not want to use your good undies because you're constantly bleeding. TMI. But that's why they have these lovely giant pads. You can tell this is my hand, this is the giant pad. So you're basically wearing diapers because that's how much you're bleeding. And they also have normal sized ones, but these do not cut it.
I can't help it if I've got a heavy flow and a wide set vagina.
And also this is a cold pack just in case you're really sore down there, which I haven't really been. I don't know if it's because they're giving me pain medicine, but I've actually been feeling pretty good. And also, since you cannot really wipe, you have to fill this with water, and then you spray this on your hoo-ha, and that's how you clean yourself. It feels very, very good. I think I might carry these around even when I feel good. It's just like a bidet, a bidet that you can take with you at all times. Okay, it is 5-ish. We just had the lactation nurse come and help us. I honestly thought it was our baby that was having problems latching, but it was all me. So definitely do not be afraid to contact the lactation nurse at the hospital. It was such a game changer. She latched on instantly. And right now I'm going to try to take my first shower since I gave birth, and I'm actually very scared. I don't know why. I'm sure it'll be relaxing, but all your first times after giving birth, they just seem scary. Wish me luck. For sure, one of the best showers I've taken in my life. It feels magical.
I don't know if we've been talking about it enough, but they already tested twice for the bilirubin thing, the jaundice.
Jaundice.
And she did not pass. Her levels are 9.2. She's supposed to be an 8.9.
Yeah.
So they brought this thing. So she needs to be here for so long. It is almost 2 a.m. She's gonna be here for 12 hours.
Yep.
She's only supposed to leave about 30 minutes every 2 to 3 hours to eat. Yeah, we're gonna miss her. The funny thing though, she's supposed to wear these cool little goggles
To cover her
so it doesn't
eyes.
hurt her eyes.
Yeah.
Look at her. Since her clavicle is fractured, you have to put this thing so she doesn't move. Look how funny is the inside of her mouth. You can see. And the good thing is she's gonna come out with a nice fancy tan.
Does that actually give you a tan?
No.
Oh, because
Well, I don't think
heard-
I don't think so. Apparently, bilirubin gets passed through pee and poop, and to do this, you need to be exposed to light and drink and eat a lot. Well, drink in this case because she can eat, and then she's gonna poop it all out. Fascinating.
It is, but sad. Both our babies had jaundice, and now I have to pump. Since we have to feed her, we can only take her out 30 minutes. I have to pump the milk because breastfeeding takes too long. So
Yep.
I have to wake up every 2
Oh,
hours
well.
to pump.
It's for her good, you know. It's gonna
Yeah.
be a little bit, and she seems to be pretty chill. She's gonna really love that damn binky.
Yeah.
And she's back, and we have good news. She passed her bilirubin test. Woo! Jaundice-free baby.
They also did the hearing test, which she also failed yesterday, but she passed it now as well.
Yeah, look at her. Straight A's.
Mm.
This little
I
one.
don't know.
Good
I don't
job,
know what was wrong
Victoria.
yesterday.
They say that sometimes there's a liquid that goes in their head and their
That's right.
ears, in
Yeah.
their ears, and that can affect the results. So she's not deaf. Corinne's gonna take a shower and then we're gonna feed her, and I think we're gonna be almost ready to go home.
Yes.
So she can go meet her little sister, well, her old sister, Victoria. Look at that beautiful face. We're off for a little walk.
Yes, they say in order to recover from having a baby, you need to walk it out. I'm taking her for a little
I'm
walk.
obsessed.
Excuse the bags under my eyes. We've slept nothing in the past 3 days.
Very little.
Yeah.
I
Last night,
slept-
like 3 hours.
I slept 2 hours,
2
so you got lucky. And you just napped like about an hour right now.
Yeah.
How will you summarize your experience, Corinne?
Honestly, this hospital has been amazing.
Uh-huh.
I feel like, I don't know if it's because I didn't get a C-section this time around, but just the whole experience, other than not sleeping, has been amazing.
Right, I agree.
Yeah.
The food is great. Corinne found her new favorite
I
cuisine,
love
which
hospital
is
food.
hospital food.
It's, yeah.
So plain.
That's what I was telling Enrique. I feel like I'm eating food from the 50s. Like, it's just so basic, but it's yummy.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty good.
Yeah. And Enrique was saying how we don't sound enthusiastic. It's just, we're so exhausted, you guys. We're so exhausted. We cannot be our usual.
I was like, make sure you sound like more, happy. But like, I mean, I wish.
No, we're
It's
so
just-
weak.
I mean,
right
we're
now.
happy, but we're just really
Yeah.
tough. Exhausted is the word we're looking for.
Mm-hmm. It's so surreal to me how in less than 3 days, my tummy, I mean, I still look maybe like 5 months pregnant, but I mean, I still can't believe it. I have my tummy back. And by back, I don't mean it's nothing like it was before. I have a lot of work to do, but it's just surreal how fast the woman's body contracts after giving birth. So I'm excited to finally be able to fit in my clothes again. It's gonna be a long journey. I know it's probably gonna take like 3, maybe more months to get back to where I was, but my stomach is not as big as I thought it would be right after giving birth, because it was Victoria. My stomach was huge for a long time, but I think it was because I had a C-section, so it just took longer for it to get smaller. Now that I did natural, it's going down pretty quick, so I'm really happy about that. We're officially leaving the hospital.
Discharged.
After 2 days? Were we here 2 days?
20, 21st, 22nd, 3 days.
3 days. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was
We
kinda
haven't seen
long.
Victoria all this
I
time.
know, we miss her so much.
So much.
She's gonna meet her sister now.
So we have our car full of stuff.
Oh yeah.
The stuff we brought, the stuff we're taking with us that they gave us, and with a big ass debt.
Oh yeah. We're having issues with our insurance.
Medicaid.
So we may,
They're really big in Texas.
yeah. But we're gonna try not to stress about that right now.
Enjoy, baby.
Finally going home. Whoa, my gosh.
With the wheelchair and everything.
I know.
I wanna push it on the aisle.
You wanna push me?
Yeah. Well, down on the aisle. Oh, it's okay. Let's go.
Are you sure?
I mean, yeah.
Wow, sunlight. I haven't seen that in so long.
It's so warm.